Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the almightyzentaco, and today we're going to be taking a look at our viewer enemy submissions. So this is going to be the video in which you guys get to decide which viewer gets their enemy put in Pico's Adventure. That's the game I'm working on. So it's going to work like this. If you look down below, I have a link to my website where there is a poll after you watch this video and you have decided which enemy you would like to see in the game. Go ahead and follow that link and vote for the submission you would like to see win. That seems pretty self-explanatory. Let's get down to it. So this submission is by Denora Gonzalez, and Denora Gonzalez says, "Hi Taco, this is the sleeping pooper. He basically sleeps and poops. He rains down mortars on the player. I figured since your game is using a zooming camera, you can zoom out to reveal where the mortars are coming from. The player might not know at first. He might just see, while dodging the poop, only the poop coming down. As the player gets closer to the camera, we'll zoom out showing the pooper. While zoomed out, the pooper might even wake. Simple, angry-looking animation of just the head looking back at the player. He would even intensify his poopage while angry or zoomed out." Okay, well, that is an interesting idea. It actually kind of fits with my game. I already have a farter. So this is actually really good art. I'm very impressed. So nice job here. So he looks like kind of like a dinosaur Pokemon thing. And you even can see the arcs of the poop. So here you go, guys. This is the Sleeping Pooper by Denora Gonzalez. This submission is by Ben White. Ben says, "When planting flowers in the ground, random encounter with the ground. Ground looks up and shoots rainbows. The eyes follow the player. I think the art style goes with your game. Change it, redraw it, etc. Not my art style, as I lean towards Castlevania type sprites, but I don't think a zombie or skeleton would suit your game. Still working on Dextus. Anyways, catch you later." Let's take a look at it. Alright, so it looks kind of like a block that goes in the ground. I like this one here where he's crying. Yeah, the art style, I could easily redraw this, and this would go with the game. I would probably have to change it a bit to make it fit in with the ground so it's not so obvious when you step over it. But yeah, no, this is a pretty cool idea. So if you guys like this one and want to see this in the game, please vote for it down below. On to the next one. This submission is by Vlusky the Husky. The name of this enemy is Mush Mush. Mush Mush attacks by jumping. If you get hit by it, you take damage. Sometimes it will infect the ground, sort of the same way the bullet affects the ground, but brown. And if you hit the infected ground, you will take damage. You can disinfect the ground by shooting it. Sometimes he will grow another mushroom. Alright, so that was Mush Mush by Vlusky the Husky. Vote for it down below if you think it should be in the game. This submission is by Jilly Silly. Jilly says, "Hey man, I dig your channel. Here is my evildoer. Now keep in mind, I'm not an artist. Tee-hee, just an idea. So please redraw him any way to your liking. Name, whatever fits your game. Species, squirrel. Sex is male. Special features, knife blade at tip of tail. Shoots seeds in his mouth, and if you stop, he shoots them back at you. Get enough in his mouth and he explodes, causing damage. About his looks, haha. Yeah, art is not my specialty. Let's take a look at this guy real quick. Alright, pretty nice crayon drawing. So right off the bat, this does look like the four-way love child of Rambo, Pikachu, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Bane. But you know, A for effort. Alright, let's read a little more about this. That's a tank top that says nuts. It looks like a leotard. He has a Rambo red headband. Gotta respect Rambo. Did you guess that was a turtle shell on his back? Well, if you did, high five. That could be extra coverage so he doesn't get damage points from behind. Haha. Seeds shouldn't be hit from behind. Okay, well there's my little dude. Good luck to you, sir. Alright, so that is the Rambo Pikachu squirrel hybrid thing from Jilly Silly. If you do like that, please vote for it. And on to the next one. Alright, so this submission is by Shane Donovan, and Shane says, Hello, I would like to submit my enemy design. He is a basic enemy. His eyes glow and he smiles when he is in range of a tree or a player. He uses the hatchet on his back to chop down trees and swings at the player. I accidentally didn't use the same colors in each drawing and do not care which colors you take from the drawings. Notice, please redraw it in a smoother style considering I am pretty bad at drawing and I cannot animate. Plus, I would like to see it in your style, if it is chosen. Alright, let's take a look at the art. I mean, looks like you did this maybe in MS Paint, but this is actually not that bad. I think it's pretty good art. Simple style, but you know, you do seem to have a good concept of proportion and how to draw a character, so kudos on that. So he's some guy, he's just some dude with a hatchet wearing a scarf. He kind of seems more like a main character. This dude's kind of pleasant, you know. I feel bad actually like having to attack and shoot this kid. If he follows the same rules as the rest of my enemies, he will fall into the ground and then die in a cloud of gas while farting. Thank you, Shane, for your submission. If you guys like this one, please vote on my website. On to the next one. This submission comes from Paper Arrow 555, and he says, "Hey almightyzentaco, I really love your videos. Here's a submission for your competition. I'm not very good at Inkscape, so this probably won't be the real art. This pepper dude is some kind of sorcerer. When the player isn't nearby, it stands still, maybe trying to memorize spells and frantically flipping through a book. When the player comes into range, it shoots out a burst of fire that tracks the player. Only after a few seconds when the pepper becomes tired and stops, restarting the cycle. Hope you enjoy my submission." Let's take a look at the art. Alright, so this is some pretty clean Inkscape art. I can definitely redraw this, no problem. So, if you guys like this submission and want to see this be in the game, please vote for Paper Arrow 555's Pepper Magician. This submission is from Seth Nerd, and Seth says, "This is the enemy name Mystic. What the enemy does: Mystic has a few attacks. Attack 1, Mystic can shoot paint from her paintbrush rapid fire in the direction of the player. Attack 2, Mystic can spin her paintbrush while running at you. Attack 3, she can shoot her paintbrush any direction. Art: use Inkscape for the enemy. Mystic will deal more damage as she gets hurt, and her movements will get faster. I didn't think I would need to draw different poses because it's an orange fox with a paintbrush." Alright, let's take a look at the art. Yeah, actually this looks really good. It looks like this was maybe done in Photoshop, but yeah, this is pretty good art, so I could easily do this in Inkscape. Alright, so if you guys like Mystic, go ahead and vote for Mystic. On to the next one. Okay, so this submission is by Seagull, and this is the rat head. So it has some stats. It says that it jumps a lot, it's very quick, has a special roll attack, and if underground, its flower will twitch. Speed 3 out of 3, attack 1 out of 3, health 3 out of 3. Because the original artist couldn't draw bodies, this hopping rat head lurks around gardens, but when it's not causing trouble, it's preparing, waiting underground disguised as either a sunflower or a poppy. The petals represent the health, 5 for sun, 6 for poppy. Has 2 sharp teeth, 2 round teeth. Its nose is slightly tilted and black. It also goes around making a laughing sound, such as hee hee or heh. Thank you for letting fans like me submit designs. I look forward to seeing whether or not mine makes it. So that is the rat head by Seagull. If you like that one, please give it a vote. Alright guys, so this submission is by Perpamax, and he says, "Hi, this is Perpamax, and I love your videos. I learned a lot games thanks to your experiences. I made this enemy design, and if you like it, you can redesign it on Inkscape. I explained a little bit what the creature can do in the art. So let's go ahead and take a look at the art. First thing first, let me say the art is actually pretty good. This looks like a Pokemon. I like how it has 2 different faces for each eyeball. Alright, so this worm lives in a grassy area. He's got 2 types of attacks. He can swing his body and shoot fire from his tail. He can shoot ice to freeze his opponents. He crawls like any type of worms. I'm reading that verbatim. When he get hit, he'll explode and all his parts will fly and separated in so many places. So he essentially explodes, and I guess the little balls bounce around. So that's the worm monster by Perpamax. So if you like that, please vote on it down below. This submission is from Bob Gamer 1. Bob says, "Hi Zentaco, since I have learned a lot from your videos, I've decided to help with your game development by entering a character in your contest. My daughter wanted to help, so this was thought out by the both of us. Hope you like. The enemy character's name is Sweetie Pod. Behavior. She looks so sweet and innocent for a pod, but she's not what she seems. She walks very slowly with those little grass feet and wiggles that nice pod of hers. Since she is very attractive, she easily lures the big blue hero to his doom. Attacks. If hero gets too close, he gets grabbed by that beautiful pod's mouth and gets chewed a bit and then gets spit out, with some life lost, of course. Oh yeah, but what a way to go. After she spits him out, she then sprouts out some seeds from her pretty red bow on her head. They land on the ground and become little clones of her that attack Big Blue Hero. Youch! Things that harm her. His seeds he spits. And if he hits her big red bow on top of her head, then she gets a big whoopin' life lost and falls back. Thanks again for all the help you and your videos have been. Robert Pemberton, aka Dad Dio. Alright, let's look at Sweetie Pod. Alright, so this is some hand-drawn art. As we see in picture number 1, there she is, all sweet and I guess bouncing around. Number 2, looks like she's opening a mouth in her stomach. And number 3, she's shooting the pods out of her head. And they become little clones at her feet who then proceed to run around. Alright guys, so if you like Sweetie Pod, please vote for her down below. Alright everyone, I hope you found this video interesting. If you'd like to participate in the poll, please click the link down below and go to my website and vote for whatever entry you think best deserves to be in this game. I think that just about covers everything, so I hope you guys have a fantastic day and I will see you in the next video.